Can you believe it? It's been 2 years since I launched Overthinker Apparel right from my apartment. I still remember those early days when figuring out how to send a package was a challenge and treating myself to a $10 Chick-fil-A meal felt like a luxury. It's been a humbling, chaotic, and eye-opening journey to say the least. Running a small business and being a content creator often gets glamorized on social media, but let's not forget the blood, sweat, and tears that go into making it all happen. It's definitely not for the weak. In today's vlog, I'm excited to share with you the 5 things I've stopped doing to keep my sanity and stay grounded while navigating the ups and downs of running my business. If you've been following my previous videos, you know that I had my fair share of struggles. Finding myself and getting my life back on track hasn't been easy. And even though my small business was a dream come true, I hit a wall just as things started taking off. Was it self-sabotage, or was it something I hadn't considered? Here's the thing, success brought its own challenges. Selling out on launch days was incredible, but running my business from my apartment with just my mom and me meant sacrificing everything else. We barely had time for meals or rest, and I was completely burnt out. Content creation and building my brand started feeling like a chore. I subconsciously started resenting my own dream, and that didn't sit well with me. That's when it hit me. I needed to prioritize self-care. I remember a concept from a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The author emphasizes the importance of sharpening your saw. The idea is simple but powerful. You can cut down a tree with a blunt saw, no matter how hard you work. So I started sharpening my saw. Journaling in the park with my furry buddy Skippy and getting some fresh air became my favorite daily activity. I began exercising, eating healthier, and reading. The key was to create a routine that became a part of my new identity. And guess what? Some of my most creative ideas come to me during and after my workouts. So when I hit a roadblock, I don't force it. Instead, I redirect my attention to something that inspires me effortlessly. Trust me on this. Taking care of yourself is never a waste of time. Allow time for yourself to rest and sharpen your saw. It's the best investment you can make, not just for your dreams, but for yourself. I totally get it, my friend. When I started my clothing brand, saving money was a big deal for me. I didn't rush to buy a fancy thermal printer because I thought my regular one would do the job just fine. So I stuck with it because, money was tight. But guess what? One day, my video blew up and suddenly I had a ton of orders pouring in. That's when I realized I needed an upgrade, and fast. I decided to splurge a little and invest in a Mumban thermal printer. Let me tell you, it was totally worth it. This thing prints like lightning and has been a total rock star for my business. And you know what's even cooler? Mumban reached out to me and sponsored today's video to show off their updated version. It's compact, lightweight, and get this, it connects to your phone. Yep, you can print directly from your phone, which is a game changer. Setting it up is a piece of cake. Just scan the QR code, download their app, and connect your phone to the printer. They even threw in some free thermal labels so you can start using it right away. You can type and print anything you want using their app. It's seriously so much fun, and check out how fast it prints. I'm loving it. Now, let's set it up with my laptop. The USB has everything you need for the installation. And yep, that's it. It's seriously that easy. Now, let's pack an order for Susan. This is her 3rd order and she's got great taste. She ordered 3 graphic tees all in lovely pastel colors, perfect for summer. Check out how they look on a model. After that, my amazing mom takes over. She's in charge of inspecting and organizing everything, making sure your orders arrive in the best possible condition. Once my mom's done, it's my turn to pack. I always start by printing out the packing slip and then I grab out a super cute thank you card. No matter how many orders we have, I handwrite each thank you card myself. It's my way of saying thank you from the bottom of my heart, and it helps me to remember your name too. Oh, and how could I forget the freebies? Every order, big or small, receives some special extras. I always try to give different freebies each time so that you get something new with every order. For Susan's package, I'm including some art prints and stickers. I hope she loves them. To ensure I pack everything correctly, I always mark the items on the packing slip with a pen. It's my little trick to avoid second-guessing myself later on. I want to build a clothing brand that not only brings comfort and positivity to people, but also leaves a lasting impression. That's why I highly value uniqueness. We collaborate with talented artists regularly to bring our ideas to life. Everything you see in our shop is exclusively designed by various artists from around the world, just for us. Now, let's talk about this amazing thermal printer from Munbin. It's seriously convenient. Just print, peel, and stick. Voila, you're done. Oh, and don't forget the final touch. I love making our customers feel extra special, so I always add a little sticker to the packaging. And guess what? With Munbin, you can print out as many stickers as you want right from the comfort of your own home without needing to buy ink. Let me show you how it works. I've got this pretty flower label for my stickers. Watch as I turn it into a custom sticker. Ta-da! How cool is that? Within seconds, you can have a cute, personalized sticker to spice up your packaging. Munbin even offers free in-app icons to help with your designs, and you can edit everything on your phone. When you're ready, just hit print and boom, another custom sticker. I'm going to print one more because this is just way too fun. Susan is going to be the first customer in history to receive a package like this. I really hope she loves it. So if you ever come across something that you believe will benefit your business in the long run, don't hesitate to invest in it. Take this thermal printer for example. It's a total game changer that every small business owner needs. A big thank you for Munbin for sponsoring this part of the video. You won't believe how much has changed since I first started Overthinker Apparel. Back then, it was just me doing everything from making thank you cards and stickers to counting inventory and making sweatshirts. It was a one-woman show. Keeping up with orders became a real challenge. I hardly took breaks, but the number of orders I could handle was limited, and the customers had to wait longer to receive their packages. I felt awful about that. That's when I realized I needed some help. I decided to outsource tasks that took up a lot of time, like making cards and stickers. Getting them professionally printed improved the quality and allowed me to fulfill orders much faster. My customers no longer had to wait for weeks. It was a win-win situation. But as my business grew, I knew I needed more support. That's where my mom came in. She quit her job to help with my business. She takes care of inventory, organizes clothes, and keeps the workspace clean. She has taken a big chunk of my workload, and I'm super grateful for her. Things were going pretty well, but then a few problems arose. A big one. You see, I always thought I could handle everything by myself. If I didn't know how to do something, I believe I could learn it. But growing my business required more than just my efforts. Take social media for example. My sales heavily rely on the algorithm and the support from all of you. That means I have to consistently produce quality content to stay relevant. Here's where the problem lies. What if I don't feel like showing up anymore? Well, that's exactly what happened to me in the past several months. I lost motivation and didn't feel like showing up for my business, resulting in a huge financial loss. But every mistake is a learning lesson, right? I've learned my limits, what I enjoy doing, and what I need help with. Social media is one area where I need assistance. It's not that I no longer enjoy making videos, it's just that I can't always show up every day, no matter how I feel. That's where my incredible little sister stepped in. She finished her nursing school finals and offered to help with my videos. You might have seen her on my Instagram stories and reels recently. In addition to my little sis and my mom, I have a team of talented artists, an efficient digitizer, a friendly 3D print shop owner, and an experienced CPA. Their support allows me to focus on what I love, creating better content, designing new collections, and improving the shopping experience for all of you. I feel incredibly lucky to have such amazing people in my life supporting my dream, and I'm grateful for customers like you who follow along on this roller coaster small business journey. With all this positive energy, I can't wait to see what else Overthinker Apparel can achieve. Y'all, I used to get so frustrated testing out new designs. I was always eager to see how they turn out, but it took me hours of trial and error. Unexpected things would always happen, but I've made peace with it. When trying something new, things can go wrong, and that's out of my control. So now I approach it differently. I set aside time to have fun with the process, and if it ends up looking terrible, I just have a good laugh. So let's do some experiments, shall we? I want to expand my shop with baby tees, tank tops, and shorts. The machine had a tiny hiccup right at the beginning, but I fixed it by changing the bobbin. No biggie. To place the designs, I used fabric tapes to mark the center. The first embroidery is done. Let's check it out. Honestly, it exceeded my expectations, especially with the lightweight fabric. I'm super excited about this stretchy tank top. Can't wait to see how it handles the embroidery. And these shorts, no worries at all. They're perfect because of the thicker materials. Now that everything is embroidered, they all look really good. I haven't noticed any major issues so far, which is a great sign. Oh, by the way, that white backing is called stabilizers. They help keep the embroidery in shape. Embroidery is complete and I'm really happy with the result. These summer pieces are stretchy, so my concern was if they could handle my regular transfer sheets. Let's find out. I'm using some extra little hearts I had lying around to test how the fabrics hold up. No worries about the shorts, they can handle the transfer sheets like a champ. Now I'm trying out different placements. Oh my goodness, they look ridiculously cute. No major issues so far. But let's take it up a notch. Let's give them a good wash and pop them in the dryer to see how they hold up. I chose cold water and delicate settings for washing and drying. Fingers crossed for the good result to keep me motivated for more experiments. They're finally done! They turned out even better than expected. Those shorts, my absolute favorites now. I'll be wearing them all summer. As for the tops, the embroidery looks cute and high quality, but I have a small concern. The backing might be a little bit scratchy since the tops are snug. Plus, the backing is firm, which doesn't go well with the soft and lightweight fabric. So, I'm leaning towards using transfer sheets for the tops. What's your take on this? Oh, and how could I forget? Our most stretchy top of the day turned out pretty hilarious. The embroidery feels a little bit funky too, so I won't release that style. There you have it. Those are the results of our experiments so far. Some of them will make their way into our upcoming summer collection. Remember, have fun and treat everything as an experiment. Don't expect perfection right off the bat. Cheers! You know what? I didn't magically get my energy back right after my hiatus. In fact, I was really struggling with concentration and productivity. There were so many times I just sat there, staring at my computer screen, feeling completely lost. I didn't know where to start, and it was frustrating. I'll think to myself, why am I so stupid? Other people haven't figured out how to run their businesses smoothly, and here I am, struggling after 2 years of doing this one thing. Then I'll give myself an excuse to scroll on my phone on the sofa, just for a bit. Next thing I knew, I'll wake up from a super long nap. I really wanted to get back on track with my business, but why was I so lazy? Turns out, it was my room that was bringing me down. Being scooped up in there was just too depressing and made me sleepy. So I switched things up and started working outdoors. On my balcony, by the swimming pool, or at the park. Let me tell you, the fresh air and sunlight did wonders for keeping me awake. And if I still couldn't concentrate, I took it as an opportunity to relax and stay off social media for a while. If you had a similar experience, I want you to remember this. You're not lazy. You just need to change your environment, and you're definitely not stupid. It takes time to figure out what works and what doesn't work for you. So stop being so hard on yourself, cut yourself some slack, and keep experimenting until you find what clicks. You've got this.